Hello and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I thought I would show you some of my top favorite foundations for the year 2023 so far. There have been a mass kind of release of serum type foundations and age friendly foundations, and it's a real sea of confusion out there. There are some foundations that were popular on TikTok, so everybody was buying them, but a lot of people in my age group, which is the 60-ish baby boomer group, it wasn't working so well on us. And some things actually I think are a little unhealthy. I believe the one from L'Oreal has so much alcohol in it. When you open up the little bottle, you smell vodka. It's like a vodka drink. You're in the bar. I don't know. And even though it seems to be favorable on some people's skin, it's really not in the long run a very good thing to use. So I'm not doing popular favorites, I'm doing my favorites. Now I have 65-year-old skin. I had a lot of sun damage from my youth. I had acne and acne scarring when I was younger. My skin is now dry. I'm a little bit dehydrated. I don't drink a lot of water, and so it does show on my skin. But I have found some foundations that work really well with kind of smoothing out my skin and making it look a little bit healthier than it is. Now, we'll never look younger, but we can always look healthier and the best version of ourselves. I am embracing my aging. I don't like the term anti-aging. I think that's a terrible term because what is the alternative? you know. With that in mind, being younger isn't really a goal. It shouldn't be one of our goals anymore, but being the best we can be is a great goal to have. So this is what I'm encouraging, and without makeup hoarding, I'd kind of like to show you some of my favorite foundations for 2023. I do believe before you put any kind of foundation on, you should have some good skincare routine, and one of the basics is again, not expensive. This is from Aldi, the Aldi store. This is La Cura, and this is the foaming gel cleanser. I use this. I wet my face. I put this on, on neck, décolleté, face, rinse it off, and then you can put this on a cotton pad or you can put it on your hand, but this is the Sex Peel from Sonia Roselli. This is a spray-on exfoliator. So what I do is I'll spray a little up here and rub it in a little, and then I'll spray it here, rub it in a little, spray it here, rub it in a little, spray it here, rub it in a little, and then I'll take my hand and make circles all over my face. You won't believe the outer layer excess skin this pulls. I do this at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And this really helps keep your skin stay smooth and glowing. And then I follow that with an essence. Now Merit has this wonderful one. This is the Great Skin Instant Glow Serum from Merit. And then this is Fenty Beauty, the Fat Water. Either one of these work very similarly. You squirt a couple of squirts on your hands, and then you just press them in. Yes, I am going over the top of my makeup too, but you can press it in on your clean washed face and let it settle in. Same thing with this, just a little dabble do-ya. Press it in, and then you can use any kind of primer or moisturizer. I love this. This is the Embryolisse Latte Creme Concentrate. This is a beautiful, this is what they recommended we use from my Makeup Academy that I've been attending. Mine's almost gone now. I have one on order from Amazon, but I've just have a little bit left. Just a little blob of that into all of those areas where you need to have a little more hydration. As far as sunscreen goes, I do like this e.l.f. This is the Glow, and this is supposed to be like super goop. I use it sparingly, just a little bit, just so I have some kind of skin protection on. You should wear skin protection every day. I think with like the number 7, this has an SPF of 50 in it, so it's really nice it does that, but I would also use this underneath any foundation. You can use it underneath any foundation with no issues. I haven't had any pilling or any other problems using this. And I know it's another layer and you think, oh, I don't want to put more crap on my face, but this is a skin health preservative right here. And if you want healthy skin for the rest of your life, you need to work at it a little bit. Just add it into your routine, just like brushing your teeth, a little bit of this underneath your makeup, and you're going to do really well. And then I go have a coffee, check my emails or whatever for 20 minutes or so, maybe a half an hour, and then I come to the makeup table and then start my makeup process. And I'll start with something a little unusual, is the Kryolan Supra Color. Now Kryolan, you may know, it's a brand made in Germany, and they make stage makeup and makeup for the movies. So this kind of makeup is very thick, and they call it grease paint. You know, a lot of clown makeup and Halloween costume makeup. This is kind of the consistency of it. But what you can do is, just take a little bit out of here. It's got a very thick cream consistency. So you can see that. It's very, very thick. And it has a strong scent. And it's the only one in this whole grouping actually that has a scent that may bother some people. Now you can kind of add a little bit of setting spray to it and blend it in to thin it out a little bit. And something like this would go on really nicely with a damp sponge. I would highly recommend. Let me see if I have any dark spots or whatever that would benefit from having it go on with a sponge. Thicker foundations go on much better with a damp sponge or your fingers. So this is the Supra Color. This color is called NB, and it actually blends out really nicely. This lasts all day. This is a long time event type of makeup. They do use it in the movies, so it withstands heat, humidity, the elements. It's a really good choice, and it comes in a variety of colors. You can go to the Kryolan website and they will send you tiny little sample sizes, which can last you quite a while because you only need a little bit. But this is a great cream foundation. It's the thickest and the only cream foundation that I have in this group. And a great product, totally recommend it, but that scent may bother some people, and the longevity of it is just amazing. So if you have a big event coming up, and many of us do, coming spring and summer, there's weddings and graduations and parties and picnics and things, this is a wonderful makeup to have. The next makeup is actually a BB cream, but it's very pigmented. It's a South Korean cream called Iborian. It's from a company based in France, but they licensed out a South Korean firm to make it. It is a little bit unexpensive. I think it's the most expensive in the grouping that I have today. It is. You can find this in Ulta. There's a CC cream and a BB cream. I like the CC cream slightly better. The BB cream is very emollient. It lasts all day. It doesn't accentuate your lines. I have the mid shade. The shade range in this, I think there's only 3 or 4 shades. So they kind of cover a grouping of people. So fair to light people would get the first shade. This is the middle shade, which it's a little dark for me. I was thinking it would be my summer shade. And then there's a deeper shade that would go for, I would say, medium dark to slightly deep shades. And then if you're really, really deep, I think you'd have to modify it a little bit to get there. They don't manufacture a lot of shades in Reworked, but this is a wonderful product. I do recommend it. Now this one is kind of gimmicky. This is from Almay, and this came out several years ago. They repackaged it a few times. I was surprised to learn that this particular product is made in Venezuela. It's kind of an interesting thing. But the premise of this is that it comes out white, and then it supposedly adjusts to your skin tone. But you get to select your skin tone, and there are several there. This one is a medium, light medium, number 200. It's a little bit dark for me. You're going to see it change right before your eyes. There you go. It's really just heat activated, and it does turn color. It oxidizes up a shade, so this is a light medium, closer to the medium and very warm. So I like this a lot because it reacts well with wrinkles and lines. It doesn't sink into them. It stays pretty well throughout a work day, and I think it's a wonderful product. The gimmicky white stuff is kind of fun, you know, to do in the morning if you're bored. But again, you got to be careful with the shades. I wish I had gotten a shade lighter than this, because the medium light is just a little bit too deep and a little golden for me. So just keep that in mind. I think it's a great foundation. It's old school. It's not real new. So the next one on the list is Joa, and this is what they're calling an illuminating stick. It's peptide infused. It's got 3% peptides infusion, and it's tinted. And it's tinted just like a BB cream. It's like a BB cream in stick form. This is not a highlighter, even though it says illuminating stick. It's not a highlighter, and it can be confused. It's got a lot of shades in it. This one is light to fair to light with cool undertones, and it is just beautiful. You just blend it in with your fingers or with a brush or a sponge, whatever you like to use. I just use my fingers with it. It works really well, and it's a wonderful product. And Joa is in CVS stores. You can also go to the joabeauty.com website. Now this is a subsidiary of Kiss. I mean, Kiss Beauty has been with us for a long time, making lash glues and false lashes, things like that. You know, you can get, this is Kiss stuff, and they have all kinds of other types of like products. I know Ardell a while back made brow products and mascara, and they were really good. But because they hid them away in with the false lash section, a lot of people missed them and they didn't sell, so they probably stopped. Now, Kiss is a New York-based company. They did have a Korean scientist work with them, and so a Korean factory makes the Joa line, but it's for the Kiss people in New York. So I don't know. You got me there. Now this next one is, it's an oldie but goodie. I think it did win a couple years ago for me as my drugstore foundation of the year, and I hadn't used it since. I picked one up recently. I'm like, oh, I didn't know they still made this. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Glow Anti-Aging Perfector. The word perfector. And it comes in several different shades. This is shade 20. It does tend to oxidize up a half shade, so I recommend, like, if you're normally a medium light, that you might want to consider going to the 20 rather than the 30. There's a huge difference between the 20 and the 30. Let me find the 30. If you can see that, but there's a huge difference between the 20 and the 30. So you can mix them and match them, you know, it makes a really nice foundation. And I want to use these in a demonstration for you about making new colors from your foundations and getting a better undertone. Like if you get a foundation that you love the formula, but the color is not right, I mean, you can lighten and darken it. You can add a little moisturizer to it to thin it out a little. You can use a lighter foundation with it to lighten it up too. But for color correcting, we have a really cool system here. And it uses powdered eyeshadow and powdered blush. So you can use it with any foundation. I think it's a really cool little hack. Now I got that from Marlena Stell. I want to give her full credit on that. She's a wonderful makeup person. She's been involved with YouTube since, I don't know, 2008, 2009 when YouTube first started. She's one of the very first makeup gurus. Well, last year she was talking about makeup hacks, and this was one of them, and I never forgot it, and then I always keep forgetting to talk about it when I'm doing my faves and flops and stuff, but now I had the perfect opportunity to demonstrate it for you. Okay, we'll begin by putting 4 dots of this foundation, 1, 2, 3, and this will just be the dot. We can see what it normally looks like, and this is just the JOA Crystal Glow foundation. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of this orange here. Just going to scrape a little off. I'm just going to put that there in front of that one. So we'll be adding that to that. And then we're going to use this blush from Hourglass. I'm going to scrape that. Right there. So we got some pink there. A little bit of, this is an olive color. Just going to put that there. Maybe put just a little bit of yellow with it. What I'm going to do is just take a little bit and mix it in. Just a little at a time, and you're going to see that that has changed the color. And we're going to take some of this pink and mix that in with this sample, just a little at a time till you get the right undertone for you. And then we're going to take a little of this green and yellow, and we're going to get kind of more of an olivey tone. Okay, so now that I have changed them out, you can see this right here is the original color, and then this is the warm shade, the pink, neutral, cool, and then the olive shade. So you can see these are really quite nice, and that's just from using eyeshadows. Just blend them really well, and you can virtually make any foundation your correct undertone. Isn't that super cool? This is the Ulta Beauty Complexion Crush, and this is my third in line. This is like one of my top 3 favorite foundations of all time, and this is Complexion Crush. This is made in the USA, and it is I think it's based out of Illinois, But this is a wonderful, wonderful foundation. They have warm shades, neutral shades, and cool shades, and they have a broad spectrum of deepen to lighter tones. Absolutely wonderful assortment of colors. You can find your color in this, no problem. They do swing a little bit on the warm side, so I would suggest if you are a neutral person that you might want to go with the cool, because this is a cool light, and they also may oxidize up a half shade. This is a wonderful, wonderful foundation. A little goes a long way. It lasts most of the day. It's inexpensive. A lot of times it's on sale for half price, and it's like $7. So normally it's around $14. At that price, it's still really good. It's at Ulta Beauty. I don't know how many people don't have access to an Ulta, but if you're from a country that doesn't, there are other options here that will work nicely for you that you do have access to. But I do love this Ulta Beauty Complexion Crush. This is the JOA Crystal Peptide Infused Foundation. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful product this is. It blends like a dream. It feels hydrating. It's absolutely beautiful on the skin. I am wearing it. Absolutely beautiful. The JOA. They do have several shades. You can get it online. The joabeauty.com website sells it. They sell this on Amazon. I'm going to link below all of the products I've talked about. 40 fair with cool undertones. It's actually quite deep for a fair shade. I think it's more of a light shade, light to medium. And the cool tone, it is more of a warm to neutral tone, so it's just a beautiful foundation. It lasts all day, it doesn't sink into your wrinkles, it works well with others, it plays well with others. I do use a powder to set this down. So what I use for my powder to set this is the number 7. Now this one replaces the number 7 pressed powder that we're familiar with, the Illuminate, Lift Illuminate powder that came in that silver container. They just repackaged it. This is the repackaged silver container, so don't be afraid if you go into Target and see this. I got these in Walgreens. There's no second compartment with a sponge applicator this time. You're on your own, you know, you have to use your own. And I just use like a powder puff with this, and I just press it in. Works really nicely. It's really good to keep all of these foundations from moving into the lines, because when you're moving your mouth, you're moving your eyes, you're making expressions, you know, smiling, frowning. That moves the makeup around, and it can congeal in your, I call them St. Bernard lines, but you know, it can congeal in some of the lines in your face. So what I do is after I put my makeup on, I go around with my finger and I will tap it in and tap into all the lines to make sure it's not, you know, creeped into all of the lines and crevices in my face. I make sure it looks even, and then I go with this and my powder puff, and I just go around those areas that are most sensitive to moving makeup. And this works really well for that setting aspect. And then I, you know, use my blush and my bronzer and all that other stuff. But this works so well. So those are my top drugstore style makeups. Actually, I want to mention these two because a lot of people love these two products. One is the Maybelline Dream BB Fresh BB Cream, and the other one is the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. Now both of these go on nicely and they dry down nicely, but after about an hour, maybe 2 hours, these are gone. They wear off in any area where, like if you're wearing a mask, or if you brush against your face, you're eating or you're drinking, your cup, you know, sometimes will hit your chin. Absolutely does not last. So, and they're very lightweight. They're very light coverage. So I can't recommend these because of that. If you're using a concealer to basically take out all the discoloration and you just want something light to smooth over the rest, then probably one of these would be nice, but they really don't have any longevity to them, and they are age friendly. I mean, I'll agree with that. They look nice when you initially put them on, but again, if it's not going to last more than an hour and a half, unless you're just running out to run an errand and you're coming home and then you use it for the rest of the day, these will work fine, but I just can't recommend them. Honorable mention are two higher end products, and I wasn't going to make this anything high end because I'm really trying to get away from high end makeup. I think the drugstore's killing it, and since they're killing it, I'd rather save the money, although the pricing is going up a little bit. Oh my goodness. These are two higher end foundations I really like. This is the NARS Light Reflecting foundation. This is really beautiful. I have my shade Vienna. And then this one is the Yenza. This is another one of those Korean formulations. The Silk foundation from Yenza. This is expensive. So these two are my favorite right now for high-end foundations. And you can get this. I think the Sephora sale is over now. Oh gee. I know that people like to go over foundation favorites every year, and the reason is there's just so many new releases. I've had my show since 2013, and I've been doing my faves and flops for foundations since then. I have reviewed hundreds of foundations, hundreds. Some of them aren't even made anymore, and some of them have been reformulated to a point where I don't really care for them. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. And I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel, or at least liking the video. That would be really helpful. I know that, I don't know, it was a couple years ago, YouTube took a lot of subscribers down off of people's channels because they were suspicious that they had purchased the views. And then a lot of people never came back. They never went back to resubscribe, even if they are watching. So make sure you are, if you are a regular watcher of mine, it would really be helpful to me if you also subscribe to my channel. And if you think you're subscribed and you're not, please resubscribe. It really does help me with the YouTube stats that they use, the algorithms and all that stuff. It's gotten so much more complicated than just sitting at the dining table talking about makeup and just digging it, you know. Anyway, have a healthy and happy week. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.